Many patients I see want to know how to boost their immune system and stay healthy in these modern times. Today I will teach you 7 simple ways to strengthen your immune system. It doesn't need to cost you lots of money, but it's what I do myself and what I advise to most of my patients. Hey guys, my name is Dr. Sam. Now today's video is a snapshot of one of my pep talks I do with my patients. Usually I do this when they're getting run down and sick all the time. So you may have heard some of this before, but I feel that these 7 tips are really important. In my experience, some doctors and their patients don't spend enough time on the basics, and often it's due to time constraints. The consultation is about a troubleshooting session for problems rather than an opportunity to boost health. For a doctor in a busy clinic, I know it can be easier to give out a prescription to keep to time, and it may feel like you are being rushed out of the door. As always, I'll list all my references in the description for you, and please share your comments about how you boost your immune system. So number 1, good diet. Good nutrition is extremely important for having a healthy immune system. People experiencing malnutrition and poverty are especially vulnerable to chronic health conditions and infectious diseases. Food provides us with minerals that play key roles in our immune function, like zinc, selenium, iron, copper, and vitamins A, B6, C, and E. I personally like to get my nutrients through my diet rather than by taking supplements, which means having a varied diet with lots of fruit and vegetables. I would encourage you to grow some of your own food if you can. Even if you have a tiny apartment, get yourself some little seedling trays or indoor pots and grow some herbs or lettuce, whatever takes your fancy. Number 2, get enough sleep. I think we are all guilty at one time or another of not getting enough sleep. But having a good night's sleep has been shown in studies to improve the functioning of our immune cells or T cells, which means if you don't get quality sleep or enough sleep, you are more likely to get conditions like the common cold, or it takes you longer to recover from these episodes. So how much sleep do you need? I think the sweet spot is around about 7 hours for adults. For teenagers and school kids, it's more like 9 to 10 hours. This is a topic of another separate video, but if you are having trouble sleeping, I'd talk to your doctor or a trusted health professional about this in the first instance. Number 3, stop smoking, vaping, and reduce alcohol. Nicotine, which is the main ingredient of traditional cigarettes, has been well studied and is known to suppress the immune system. It's also why if you have injured yourself, such as broken a bone, have an open wound, or burnt your skin, the first thing a doctor will tell you is to stop smoking, which helps speed up healing. Studies have more recently revealed that e-cigarettes or vaping also have immune suppression effects. If you want to boost your immune system, you must give up vaping and cigarettes. Smoking also reduces your ability to clear secretions and debris from your lungs and respiratory system. What about alcohol? There are a staggering number of studies on how alcohol affects the immune system. Bottom line is that alcohol abuse suppresses multiple arms of the immune response, leading to an increased risk of infections. While drinking alcohol in moderation is okay. Personally, I like to have a glass of wine twice a week. If you think you are overdoing it though, I'd recommend to knock your consumption of alcohol back to a couple of drinks a day with some alcohol-free days in between. Number 4, maintain a healthy weight. Now, I don't want to be a nag, but you must lose weight if you are obese. Obesity is now known to be an inflammatory state where the body has higher amounts of pro-inflammatory proteins circulating. What this means is that the immune system doesn't work as well and is more prone to infection. We don't fully understand why this happens, as the processes and pathways affected are complex, but it appears that obesity is an independent risk factor for both bacterial and viral infections. Number 5, exercise. It's not surprising that exercise sneaks in here. A 2019 scientific review found that exercise can improve your immune response, lower illness risk, and reduce inflammation. Another 2011 study found that those who did aerobic exercise 5 or more days of the week lowered the number of upper respiratory tract conditions, like the common cold, over a 3-month period by more than 40%. I try and slip exercise into my everyday routine, whether it's simply taking the stairs instead of the lift or parking my car further away from the shops so that I have to walk. Some of my patients prefer accountability with exercise, meaning they get a trainer or a friend to exercise with them. So how much exercise do you actually need? A study found that 30 to 60 minutes of near daily brisk walking, at least 3.5 miles per hour or 5.6 k's per hour, can improve your body's immune response. Number 6, reduce stress. I can hear you saying, it's no secret that the mind and body are linked, and stress in the short term is useful for immediate situations, like getting away from a saber-toothed tiger. But over time, stress hormones can weaken your immune system and reduce your body's response to infections. A good example to illustrate this point is in people who get shingles or herpes zoster infection. In 2018, a team of Japanese researchers found that men with high levels of mental stress were twice as likely to be at risk for shingles, while women who experienced negative life events, particularly changes in their work, living environment, and relationships, had a 2 to 3-fold higher risk of a complication of shingles called post-herpetic neuralgia. Conversely, the risk of shingles was 60% lower among men and women who reported a high sense of purpose in life. So what is the answer to this problem? How do you reduce chronic stress? I think it's about getting back to basics, getting outside into nature every day, maintaining good social connections with family and friends, having a holiday once in a while, and maybe getting a pet and looking at your work hours and quality of life. Number 7, vitamin D and zinc. Now, I know that I have said in many of my videos that I don't like to take supplements, which is true, but there are 2 exceptions. One for me is vitamin D, which has been shown in many studies to play an essential role in the immune system. You can watch my video on vitamin D if you want more information on this. I recommend vitamin D to my older patients and those who are susceptible to vitamin D deficiency. It's a relatively cheap vitamin, it's widely available, and I think can make a real difference to a person's overall health. The other is zinc, especially when patients are chronically unwell with recurrent infections. Again, please check out my video on this mineral if you are interested in more detail. I'm sure many of you take supplements for different deficiencies you may have, such as iron or selenium, folic acid, or you like to take a daily multivite. Please understand that I'm not against people taking regular supplements. They definitely have their place. It's just not something I advise for everyone if they can get the essential nutrients from their diet instead. I hear you ask, Dr. Sam, I do all of these things and I'm still getting run down and sick. If this is the case, then I'd strongly encourage you to see your doctor for a full checkup. In the first instance, I'd want to check your bloods, in particular a full blood count, iron levels, thyroid function, diabetes markers, and other tests depending on your symptoms. If your body is telling you that something isn't right, please listen to it and see your doctor. Please give this video a like if you found it helpful, hit the subscribe button for new videos every single week, and hit the bell to get notified when I post new videos on Tuesdays. Please let me know in the comments what you enjoyed about this video or what you want to learn more about. Remember that you can also watch my videos on other fantastic uncensored platforms, in particular Odyssey and Brand YouTube. These guys are doing a brilliant job with their content creators and are extremely supportive to truth seekers like me. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again next week.